I've done a lot of things here on the Lonely Rocker YouTube channel, but one of the things I haven't tried is a live stream. Now, number one, I'm not sure if you're ready for one. If you are, let me know in the comments. But number two, I have a really high standard for production, and I just don't have a live stream workflow in place. Well, that's all going to change today. I'm the Lonely Rocker. This is I Don't Have a Band, and welcome to my home studio. For those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that I'm a sucker for Icon Pro audio gear. I mean, you can just see their DAW controllers here all around my studio. Now, I think Icon is the perfect blend of affordability and value for the dollars. Now, speaking of DAW controllers, I know many of you who think of Icon are going to immediately think about their DAW controllers, but you might not know that they actually have quite a bit of other musical gear available, including keyboard controllers, microphones, and quite an extensive lineup of audio interfaces. In fact, I covered their UMix 1010. That's a 10 in, 10 out USB device. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check that out later. But what I'm talking about today is the Duo 44 Live. Now, my interest in this audio interface is because I actually want to set up a secondary system. I do a lot of demonstrations here where I'm bringing some different sources together and I want to record it in real time. And I'm talking about my system over here, so I just thought it would be great to have a secondary system. But also, I'm in the early stages of planning my live streaming rig. That's something I haven't explored here on the Lonely Rocker channel that we will be seeing at some point in the near future. And I think the Duo 44 Live is going to be the perfect solution to get me set up to do that. Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump in and check out the Duo 44 Live from Icon Pro Audio. All right, so I'm about to hook everything up here. The Duo 44 Live is a plug-and-play device, which means it doesn't require any drivers. We should be able just to plug it in via USB, and it should be good to go right away. I've got my Icon sanctioned silver USB cable. Those of you who own Icon gear will know what I'm talking about. All right, so before we get deep into the setup, let's check out some of the main specs of the Duo 44 Live. The Duo 44 Live is a 4-input, 4-output USB recording interface with a solid aluminum chassis capable of converting audio up to 24-bit, 192 kHz with ultra-low latency. As simply an interface, the Duo 44 Live is a great recording and mixing interface for studio use, but the mobile connectivity makes this interface really versatile. You can simultaneously connect to your desktop system via the USB 2.0 bus-powered connection and your mobile device via the USB-C port. iPhone users can use a simple adapter to complete this connection. The front boasts 2 XLR combo jacks with independent phantom power and gain controls. There is a master volume control and 1 headphone out with onboard volume control. The top of the device sports a convenient monitor volume control knob. Around back you have full MIDI in and out, a 3.5mm TRRS port that accesses inputs 3 and 4, 2 1/4-inch main outs, and the digital I/O connects you to your mobile device. The 5-volt DC power supply connector is required when using this interface with an iOS device. Bundled with the Duo 44 is the Pro Driver software. This is a mixing and routing application that adds powerful features to your interface. You can route audio to and from any source, customizing the signal flow to your needs. It can also host your favorite plugins, allowing you to create custom plugin chains so you can produce high-quality audio outside of your DAW. You can save different presets for different workflows and recall them with the click of a mouse. This hardware-software relationship sets the Duo 44 Live apart from many interfaces in its class. Hey, are you enjoying the content? If you are, maybe you'd consider clicking the like button, leaving a comment, and ultimately, if you really do like this video, hitting that subscribe button and clicking the notification bell. It's a free, cheap, and easy way to tell YouTube that you're enjoying this content and want to see more, and I genuinely appreciate that. All right, back to the video. I found setting up the Duo 44 Live super simple. First, I gathered all of the cables I needed for the back connections. The USB cable shipped with the unit, plus I had a 3.5mm TRRS cable on hand to connect my iPad and a micro USB to USB cable and wall wart. This interface is normally bus powered but requires the 5-volt DC power when streaming through iOS. I plugged in all of the cables into the respective ports. The Duo 44 Live is a plug-and-play device. When I plugged it into the USB port on my computer, the system recognized it instantly. I then proceeded to connect the TRRS cable to the 3.5mm headphone jack on my iPad. Next, I connected my lav microphone to input 1 and gauged phantom power. and then plug my guitar's patch cord directly into channel 2 via the 1/4-inch input in the combo jack. And lastly, I connected my Icon HD600 Studio headphones to the headphone jack. I routed my input sources via ProDriver, added some plugins, checked my levels, and I was good to go. All that was left to do was hook up the whole setup to my iPhone via the Lightning connector, and I was ready for my live stream. All right, so we've got everything set up here, ready to do my first simulation live stream. Without further ado, let's roll the intro. Hey, Lonely Rocker here with my first live stream here on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the Duo 44 Live and its live streaming capabilities. Hey, it's just a great interface, but today I've set up my first live streaming rig. So we've got the Duo 44 Live here. I'm running my guitar direct into the instrument input here. I've got my microphone here, which it's a lavalier microphone, requires phantom power, and we've got a phantom power right here on the Duo 44 Live. By the way, you got individual phantom power. A lot of budget interfaces will only give you one button engaging phantom power for both inputs, and sometimes that renders an input useless if you don't need that for both. So that's an awesome feature right there. My iPad here is another audio source. It's going through the TRS input on the back, and the phone is connected to the digital I/O on the back here as well, and we can stream through here on YouTube. You can go TikTok. It's as simple as hooking up an external microphone. Like I said, I got the guitar plugged in here as well. By the way, using ProDriver 4 to pre-process some of the sounds. You'll hear a little bit of reverb here on my voice, just for effect. And of course the guitar, again, going direct into the interface and using ProDriver 4, adding some reverb. It's really convenient to be able to pre-process all the signals here, especially doing a live stream. Now also, it's a standard interface. As you see here, then I'm recording everything real time as well. So if you want to process them later, do a final mix as well, you can do that. Now, in terms of using this as sort of the brain for my live streaming rig, I really like it. It's a simple interface. It has all the controls I need. As I mentioned, individual phantom power control. We've got enough inputs here just for a basic setup, 2 microphones, like I said, an instrument and a microphone. The additional audio input on the back to bring an auxiliary audio source is really great, and being able to send this directly to your mobile phone. Really, it's as simple as hooking up an external microphone. So that's really, really great. And like I said, you can mix it later if you want to do it this way and record into your favorite DAW and do your processing later. So in my case, if I'm doing like live demos and things like that, then I could bring everything in dry and do the mix later. But in terms of the live streaming here, especially with ProDriver 4, that ability to pre-mix your sources, get a nice mix going. You can save different templates depending on what you're doing. They can all be pre-saved. So once everything is defined and set up, I just click a preset and go, and that's going to be super, super handy. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into a real live stream at some time, hopefully not too distant future, but definitely the Duo 44 is going to be the core of that rig. So we'll see that surface here on this channel eventually. I'm going to put a link in the description if you want any more information about this interface or really any other products that Icon has to offer. Link will be in the description, so make sure to check that out. And as always, always happy to hear from you, hear what you have to say, and certainly if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Well, if you're new to the channel, I hope I've earned a subscribe. I've got a ton of content on this channel, a lot of it revolving around this home studio, geared to the home studio enthusiast and the home recording musician, with videos to hopefully help make your home studio life better. So perhaps you could just click that subscribe button and come along for the ride. If you really want to support this channel, I am on Patreon. Links to everything I've discussed and some things I haven't are in the description below. And above all else, I hope I'll see you again in another video. As always, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And please like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay up to date. Remember, you don't need a band to rock and roll. There are a lot of great musical projects you can do by yourself, right from your own home. I hope to see you again next time.